Talk about what's going on here in the city. We're going to talk about some of the things and the killings, that's been going on. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I'm saying this, and I'm going out on a limb, but I'm saying give this guy a chance. Let's see what he does. And I'm talking about the commander, the new commander, police department. Everybody's telling me, oh, he's full of crap, and he's all, well, let's give him a chance. I see little signs of him trying to do some things. Then I see him bag over. He's got a tight rope to walk. Mm-hmm. But give this Johnson guy a chance and see what happens. But that don't mean back down from what you believe and the things that you have been doing. No, keep the pressure on, because we can't stand for anybody to be murdered, be it Mr. Citizen or Mrs. Citizen or the police. We can't stand for that. That's not what we're about. We're not savages here. Police are here to serve and protect.
That's right.
Right? And we're here to make sure we have a great community. And I'm saying to the handful of police that are out there for one purpose, and that's to try to murder people, black people or people of color, it's not going to last long. They're starting to bust you now. It took a minute or two, but they're starting to bust you now. And you little gangbangers that call yourself gangs, you're just a damn fool. You're playing right into people's hand. They want you to murder yourself and murder your people. And mom and dad, when you got a 13, 14-year-old out there running around with a gun, don't tell me you don't know what's going on.
Yes, they do.
You're going to have to do better. You got to do better than that. Best thing we can do is have cooperation. That's with the police and with the community. That's the best damn thing we could have. In my lifetime, I've never known Officer Friendly.
Me either.
We never had Officer Friendly enough.
No.
But it's time for us to have Officer Friendly in our neighborhoods. And that's what we are striving for. We work for that. We're going to get into that a little bit later. But right now, what I want to talk about is labor in Chicago and labor unions in Chicago. Where the hell are you? Speak up. There's some great ones now. There's some great ones. As a matter of fact, I'm going to visit one when I leave here, Chicago Teachers Union. I think they're great. I think that they stand up and they fight. And going on strike don't mean that you're strong, but if the situation calls for it and you have to, then you be prepared to do that. Okay? That's why I say they don't just strike just for the hell of striking. Teachers don't want to go on strike. They love their children just as much as the parents do. Am I right about that?
That's right.
So they go on strike, and they did not have to this time, and I'm so happy that they came to a resolution. But then you got the little governor down the state. When I say little, I'm not talking about height. I'm talking about little. In the mind. Because he's a rich billionaire. They say he's a billionaire. I don't know how much money the guy got. But, I'm not taking any salary. Why would you work then? I'd rather have somebody down there taking a salary so I can say, I'm going to cut your salary off and he go to work.
Do the job.
Thank you. But you down there, you said, I don't give a damn about no salary, so I don't give a damn about you, your budget, nothing else. So, tough. I want to break it down like they did in Michigan. I want to break it down like they did in Wisconsin so that you can gravel to me. Not going to happen in Illinois because we do have champions here fighting. And I heard that there's a pretty strong person looking at that position. And he's not from the camp that you are from. We'll talk about that later. I'm trying to narrow it all the way down to the city, where I think we'll have some pretty interesting things happening coming up. And the A.T.U. is what I'm really concerned about.
Okay.
The Amalgamated Transit Unions. Mm-hmm. They're in the middle of contract negotiations right now.
Right.
The question is, how serious is CTA taking the negotiations? Are they digging down and trying to negotiate, or are they playing little bullshit games? That's what the question is, Ronnie.
Okay.
And what do you think about that? Now, one of the things, I was president of A.T.U. Local 308 for a long time, and people ask me, why am I concerned about them? Folks, they're like family to me. I grew up with them. I spent big portion of my life with them, 27 years. And fighting and making sure that we had the right things, and just because we were family. And when we were family, we stuck together. We stuck together. We did not. We might have fought with each other, but when it came to management, we came together. We'd come together and we'd fight management. When things eased off, we might go back to fighting each other, but that's okay. But right now, with CTA trying to do the things that they want to scalp A.T.U.
Yes,
they want to skin them, Ronnie. The thing I want to talk about, and I want you to give me your opinions on this, is infighting at the A.T.U. I think the A.T.U. is doing a great job. But if you happen to look at the Facebook every once in a while, which I do, I never respond to them. I just look and see the patterns of what people are doing. I watched, and this was A.T.U., I watched a few people write on Facebook nothing but negative garbage. They never say anything positive. It's always, this guy's doing that, that one's doing that, they're no good. What have you done to make it good yourself? Now, I follow one little fella. It's a little tiny fella, the little Caucasian guy.
Okay.
You probably know who I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
I refuse to call names.
Right, okay.
But he used to be a board member himself. Okay?
A little blind fella?
I don't know if he's blind or not. Sometimes. But anyway, he always has some little stuff, papers in his hand. He's telling people, this is authentic. And when you read into it, you find out it's bull. It's garbage. Now, I've been watching him trying to attack one of the people that's running for office because, they have elections coming up next year.
Right.
And he called himself trying to attack this young lady, saying that she's not a member of Local 241, she's a member of 308, and she's not A, B, C, and D. Now, I could see it if he didn't know any better, and he just thought that. But you see, I know the guy knows better. He's seen the facts, and he knows he's lying. What insults me the most, and what should really insult the members, is that he thinks the members are dumb enough to believe him.
it.
Yeah. Now, I've seen him with the papers that show that this lady's been to, if you want to kick your union, but people, go and do that privately. Don't blast that stuff all over the place like that. And plus, tell the truth. Don't lie. If these guys see that they know how to play you, they play you like a fiddle. When I say you, I'm talking about the members themselves. They can do anything they wanted to them, Ronnie, because they know where you're coming from. I noticed some guys had come down, in the contract, they're saying this and they're saying that, and CTA gets a read on how you feel about the contract. Do you think they're going to come and give you money? They're trying to find a way to cut your kahunas out. That's the guys. They're trying to find a way to kill you. They don't love you. You should know that by now. But the little guy I'm talking about, he's retired.
Yes, he is.
Doesn't affect him.
None whatsoever.
But
ain't gonna cause him a dime.
And I'm trying to figure out, why are you meddling in these people's affairs anyway? Little fella, you know better. I know you lie. Because I done caught you many lies, and you back down. Oh, Jerry, I'm sorry. But you do that to other people because they don't know any better. If you tell those lies in front of me, I will spank you with a paddle because you lie.
He wouldn't dare.
He wouldn't.
No, he's not going to do it.
But no, it's not folks, it's not a laughing matter. What happens is, when you do that kind of stuff, you're already at a disadvantage because they're trying to kill you now. But when you do that kind of stuff, you give them all the leverage they need to wipe you away. You and your family. One of the things that I say to you, you need strong union protection.
That's right.
Stay with that. Don't let nobody fool you into fighting against yourself. Stay with that strong union protection, because if you don't, not only you, but people that's not in unions are going to lose too. Because people that's not in unions that do the similar type of work that you do, they have to keep them up somewhere near you in order for them not to form a union. You know, now they're trying to destroy or make it so that you cannot form unions anymore. Why would they do that? The only thing a union does for you is negotiate. They don't go in there with a gun and say, you better give me what I want or I'm going to kill you. Mm-hmm. They negotiate.
Right.
Now the company negotiates, and the person that's the best negotiator normally wins.
Right.
That's all it is with a union. But they want to take that away from you. That's your only leverage. Now they want you to come in on your hands and knees
and beg.
And beg. And beg. That's what Donald Trump wants from people. I don't want to bounce back to the national, but that's what they want you to do. Come in on your hands and knees and beg. And some people don't understand that. But when it happens, it's too late. You cannot turn it around. You cannot turn it around. That leads us into our next segment, Ron, and that's that lawsuit that we filed with, and that we took to the Supreme Court.
Right.
We're still moving on that.
Right.
Like I told people, we do have the brief now, a draft of the briefs, and you know, and we're going to be talking about that on January 7th, 2017, at A.T.U. Local 241.
Right.
It's going to be like at 9:30, I think, 9 o'clock or 9:30. They're going to send out information to the retirees so that you'll know what time, the address, and what it's all about. I'm going to give you a little preview of what this is going to be about. Will you get an update on the lawsuit? Yes, you will. But the main purpose of that meeting is to deal with the upcoming coalition movement that we have. We have gotten it to where we want it. Now we're going to finalize it, and we're going to take the next big step. And we'll talk about that at that meeting. Coalition meaning that for years, the new bill that they passed specifically says that retirees should have a representative sitting on that board at the board meetings. Okay? Should be one of the representatives sitting on that board. That's what the law says. But that has not been enforced, and we intend to make sure that's enforced. I want you to know this. There are other locals just like you, like, say, for instance, the teachers. They have a retiree sitting on that board that is a trustee. Okay? The laborers, they have a retiree sitting on that board that is a trustee. Post office, they have a retiree sitting on that board that is a trustee. If we are not sitting on that board, then that means we are not represented. What I mean by that is that the union do not represent you, retiree. They do not represent you. If you have a problem, you cannot file a grievance and give it to the union, and the union take it to the company, and they represent you. No, they don't. Now, some retirees ask, why am I paying $5 or
Right.
a month?
$5.
$5 a month for union dues if they don't represent me. Your $5 a month goes to the international. I encourage you, continue to pay your $5 a month because it means a lot. Okay? It means a lot to you. And we can get into that later. There's a lot of things that $5 give you privilege to do. But it does not ensure that your local union represents you, because in the law, can't do that. But what you can do is be able to have a representative on that pension board that represents you, because that pension is not just about active members that will retire in the future. It's about you. What happens is this: they looked at these stats, and the statistics, you have to say that right. Statistics say that you live longer now. When you retire, you live longer. So they're trying to find a way to get rid of you.
That's right.
You taking too much money. But you put that money up. When you were 25, 21, 30, you were paying that money into the plan. You didn't get much a raise. You didn't get a lot of raise because most of yours went into the plan, the pension plan. So when you retire, and you know what that's called? When your money go mostly into the plan and not in your pocket, it's called deferred wages.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
Deferred wages. So your monies were deferred into your plan. So even the money that CTA, like say for instance, we were putting in 7% and CTA was putting in 13%. They were saying, well, CTA puts in 13. No, that 13 would have been your money.
Wages.
That would have been your wages, but you deferred those wages into your pension plan. So all that damn money that's going into the plan is from you. And what we've seen and what I've seen as a former president, I go down to that pension board, what I've seen is totally ridiculous. They've got it to a point where retirees feel that, well, they took this from us. They're not going to do anything else to us. They're going to jam those active members. They're going to jam you too.
Yes, they are.
They're going to jam you too. Because they have the power to increase your premiums. They have a power to make you pay more when you go to the doctor. They have the power to do all that because you know what? You don't have enough votes on that board to stop them. That's where that retiree board member comes in so importantly, and that is to help deter some of these negative votes that's going on. Let me give you an example. When they want to make a decision on us, our pension right now, couldn't do this before they passed that bill in 2008. That's when they did it. All they got to do is put a motion on the floor at the board and take a vote. When they take that vote, union don't have enough. Union only got 4. They got 4. They're supposed to have 5. But the trade unions, I don't even count them. They vote with the company every time. So they only got 4. That's 3 from A.T.U. Local 241, 1 from Local 308. The one from the trades, don't even think about counting them. They vote with the company every time. The one from the trade should not be sitting there because they don't represent anybody. That position that the trades have is the position that the pensioners should have. That's what the law says. The pensioners should have a representative sitting there, not the trade. They don't represent anybody. They don't have any skin in the game. So if they vote negatively in regards to the pensioners, what do they care? They don't care. That's why they should not be sitting there. That thumb should be cut off and another finger should be there, and that should be the retirees. That's how that works. Company has 5 votes. Labor should have 5, and that would be including a retiree who would be representing the retirees. This is what we're going to be fighting for. This is what we're going after. If you read the law itself, it tells you that. Once again, I'm going to read that law for you. I'm going to try to take my time, and I want you to listen to me closely. This is how the law was set up. This is strictly from the law itself. And it's in regards to who would sit there as trustees for the pension board. Here's the way it goes. B. It says the board of trustees shall consist of 11 members appointed as follows. I. 5 trustees shall be appointed by the Chicago Transit Board. I and 3. Trustees shall be appointed by, I. 3 trustees shall be appointed by an organization representing the highest number of Chicago Transit Authority participants. That would be A.T.U. Local 241. 3. They should have 3. Okay? Triple I. One trustee shall be appointed by an organization representing the second highest number of Chicago Transit Authority participants. That would be A.T.U. Local 308. 308. 4I. One trustee shall be appointed by the recognized coalition representatives of participants who are not represented by an organization with the highest or the second highest number of transit authority participants. I'm going to read that again. Pay close attention to the words. The words coalition and the words representatives, okay? I'm going to read that again. Number 4. One trustee shall be appointed by the recognized coalition representatives of participants, that would be retirees, who are not represented by an organization, not a union, organization, which is describing the unions, not a trade union, organization with the highest or the second highest number of Chicago Transit Authority participants. So the highest and the second highest, we wouldn't represent them. We would be representing the third highest, which is the retirees, because you would have somebody on that board speaking and representing you. That's what that is. So on January 7th, we will be wrapping this up, and we're going to want you to be there. You will get some information from your unions to be there. It's at 1613 South Michigan Avenue. It's going to be at 9:30. We're going to want you to be there. It's going to be humongous. It's going to be something that you're going to be very happy with. And I say to you, as much as we would like to take our retirement and just say, hey, we gone, we retired, we don't have anything, you know, it's just great. We put up all that money and they're trying to get your money. They're trying to get your money. And there's one book that I want you to go pick up and read. It's called The North Will Rise Again. It tells you about your pension money and who's been taking it and why. Ronnie, I want you to jump right in on that. Tell me a little about The North Will Rise Again, because that is so important.
It's an excellent reading. I read a little. I'm reading it now again. It talks about, they made a statement when pensions were instituted. The politicians got out of the bed in the middle of the night, and they from what's called a Taft-Hartley Act. They said that if we let them people control their pensions, there would be no court in the land strong enough to stop them. They passed a bill to stop you from getting control of your pension. Taft-Hartley Act. They said if we allow them, the unions, to control their pensions, there's no court in the land would be powerful enough to stop them. Do you know they take the majority of the money that the banks loan out is your pension money? That's your money that they build conglomerates. They loan your money to other countries. That's your money. And that's why they passed that Taft-Hartley Act, to get control of your money. You could be doing the same thing that they doing with your money had they allowed you to keep control of it.
Repeat that so people can repeat it, because that is so important. You could be doing that with your own.
You could bankroll other countries. You could build entire cities. You know, had they allowed you to keep control of your pension, as like they doing with your pension.
That's exactly right. So this is what we're talking about. We're not just two guys just sitting here making this up.
It's a fact.
Research it yourself, folks. Research it yourself. Pensions are now the cash cow in America.
Of all the
entities and all the revenue flowing in and out of pensions.
That's it.
They won't control your pension. They want control of your Medicare, and they want control of your Social Security.
That's right.
This is so important. But your pensions are the biggest. This is why they want to take control of this, and they're doing everything they can. And, here in Chicago, we allowed them to, in 2008, I wasn't in office, but you gave them the control.
That's what you did.
You damn it gave them the control. They had been trying to do this for years. When I was president, they were trying to do it. Before I was president, they was trying to do it. But those presidents, myself and presidents like us, we said, hell no, get out of here. You don't get control of our pension. But you know what they did? They slipped and did it. We're going to unslip them and get it back. And don't think we can't. We can. You can. It belongs to you. But the only way you're going to do it is like this. Because if you be like that, they take your little finger and break you, as long as you're apart. And these little guys running around here attacking the union, and the union's not any good, kick them to the side. Kick them to the side. Or send them to me. Tell them, go down on Jerry Williams' show and talk about that, and tell us on Jerry Williams' show. If you can't do it on Jerry Williams' show, then you're lying. Tell them, there you go. Tell them that. You don't do it on Talk Labor, down at Talk Labor, where you can talk labor all day. Go down there on Talk Labor and tell them you're going to watch them on television. Then they're lying to you, okay? Normally we're at 6:30 to 7:30 live. You can call in and ask questions and things like that. They don't do that then. They're lying to you, so get them out of the way. You, Mr. and Mrs. Union, you're the people that's going to have to stop this, okay? Don't let them get you in the corner. Don't let them lie to you. Don't let them do none of that garbage. Okay, you're the ones that make the decision. So we're going to see you on January 17th, but we're going to be talking to you in between that time and now and that time.
Right.
But one thing I want to say, and I never want to get out of here without saying this, and we're going to wrap the show up, Ronnie, with Infinite Scholars.
Yeah.
Boy, are we doing, hey, folks, we're doing great. We're doing great. I was so amazed 2 days ago. And I got information back from St. Louis, Missouri. And you could go in there yourself and pull this up. St. Louis, Missouri. Go pull up, KMOVTV.com. And punch in on the search, Infinite Scholarships for graduates. Pull that up. You're going to see 2 young students. Each one of them got $200,000 apiece as a result of Infinite Scholars Program. The media it was all over the media down in St. Louis. Each one of them got $200,000 apiece. Do you understand what we do? Ronnie and I and the team that I work with here in Chicago, and I don't know if I told you before, and I don't want to sound vain, Ronnie, but I was promoted from director of Chicago to co-chairman of the whole international Infinite Scholars because of the work that we do. It's just amazing.
And one thing I'd like to add, this is for any student
Yes.
that needs help.
Yes.
We're not excluding anybody.
Yeah.
So it don't be said, well, it's just, no, anybody that comes and need help.
Yeah.
Do you know it started in 2003, and I'd like to make this known. Since 2003, Infinite Scholars started, Mr. Osley.
Mm-hmm. Thomas Osley.
Thomas Osley. As of this year, they've given away almost $2.2 billion, $2.25 billion. And it does not cost the people applying one dime.
Right.
Cause them car fare to show up.
Right.
And some of them, the schools brought them.
Right.
Because we have a couple of schools, they bring busloads every year.
Right.
So out of almost $2.5 billion, 2.3 billion, it didn't cost the participants one single dime.
That's right.
To apply.
And what we did here in Chicago is just amazing. I want to thank everybody, thank the team in Chicago, the Infinite Scholars team here in Chicago. I want to thank the Chicago Teachers Union here in Chicago. I want to thank the Chicago Public School here in Chicago. They all chimed in. I want to thank the Chicago Police Department
Right.
here in Chicago.
That's right.
I just want to thank everybody that chimed in Chicago. And above all, I want to thank Mr. Thomas Osley, the founder of Infinite Scholar.
Right.
This guy is just amazing. You wouldn't believe, the work that he does and how he does it and how he gets these kids this for free. He just sent a notice up here to me about 2 weeks ago and asked me to get my administrative assistant to see if we can get 50 kids, because he's got scholarships that they need to give out to colleges around the country before the end of the year. Guess what? We got it down there to him. And now thanks to Ms. Horton over at Dunbar High School, because she was just tremendous. We called Ms. Horton up and said, we need 50 kids that need scholarships. Within about 30 minutes, we had all the kids we need. This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. So when you hear us talking about Infinite Scholar, you know you're trying to get your kid educated. You all need to contact us on this. We will be talking about it more and more and more, okay? Want you to start doing this. Don't wait until your kid get in high school to start thinking about college. Now, as those children grow, you're going to need to be priming them for college. We're starting the Promise program where we're catching kids in sixth grade. You better ask us about that, because this is some guaranteed stuff that they're going to get, college. So you better start asking us about it. We're going to be talking about it ongoing and ongoing, so talk to us about that. Because, these kids getting education, that's a long-term solution to our problems with all these killings and things out there, these murders and stuff. And folks, we are not as bad as they say we are. Black people are great. Nope. You are great.
Give them a
I
chance.
look at your homes. I look at how you go to work every day. I see how your kids go to work. Don't you let nobody tell you you're awful and you're the scum of the world. You are the most beautiful people in the world, along with other people. Hispanics, whites, we all are. Don't let them tell you that. We don't live in fear. We don't live in fear. You know why? Because we talk to each other. We talk to each other. You keep talking until next week, and we'll do some more talking. So we want to thank you for watching Talk Labor, and we'll see you again next week. Thank you very much.